this video, we're going to see how it all comes together, and believe it or not, we are on the verge of having a complete agentic solution. Well, right in front of me, it is the complete solution. It's still only two functions. We have a chat function and a prompt function. It's an extremely small program, and this accomplishes the magic of agentic AI. So some of the changes, first of all, I have one loop now. So previously we had a back and forth of you either were going to put a message in as a user, and then we had code to respond to that. And it was assumed that it would be sort of like a back and forth. But that was a little bit brittle because it didn't account for the fact that there could be many tool calls sequentially, one after another. So this code just kind of simplifies it, and we just have one call right here, and we just loop, and it'll just be able to handle any sort of combination of um, user messages and tool calls, and however many of those things happen in sequence, it'll all work. So the big difference here is that we have so you'll call a chat, and it has just a while loop on 10. Right now we're maxing at 10 so that it doesn't go above that. There's different ways to handle that, but this is just a really simple way of doing that. And this is going to loop, and if it's just like a message that the LLM is going to respond with, this will just loop once. But if it's tool calls, it might loop twice, three times, four times, depending on how many tools it's calling. It also depends on if the tool errors, and this is something we didn't talk about previously, but like if the LLM puts in like a wrong input, the tool could error and say this is invalid input. And so we hand that back to the model so the model can try again. And so that's like a really common reason why you'd want to have this in a loop so that it can try again and call many tools and so on. So when we do this call, first of all, we check is there a tool content. So this is the same from before, but now we have a switch statement that checks, well, which tool are you going to be calling? So we have a read file, write file, and list files. And this set of tools, it doesn't look like much, but like this is just magic when you combine it with a LLM. Um, Doing the same thing when we're adding the tool call response under the conversation history, we're going to console.log the tool call this time so we can see it in the console. And that's it. That's the only difference. I have a system prompt that talks about what my path is in the file system, and the tool config is now a lot bigger. It's just read file, write file, list files. Um, it's just config. And then if you look at the read file, really simple. It's just read file, write file, it writes it, list, we'll list it. I mean, it's really simple stuff. I do have an error if the path it gives is outside of the directory that I'm in, and that's just a safety check right now. There's a million ways you can deal with this, but right now I'm just confining it to the folder that I'm calling the CLI in. Um, and that's it. So I have a test folder here, and I have a README, which is this project in-memory database in Node.js. It uses no external libs. That's all I have right now. So let's go in there. I'm going to call this what is in my folder. So I'm going to list files. It's going to tell me it looks like there is one file in your folder. README. Okay. What does it say? Just going to read it. Okay. Let's implement that. So now I'm in a situation where I'm asking the LLM to code for me, but it's not like it's spitting out a bunch of text for me to copy and paste somewhere. It wrote it. Um, and maybe I want to use MJS and ESM. This is old style, so I'll just say, can you, oh, it created two files. It created test two, sweet. Can you make it ESM syntax and find.mjs. Oh, great. So I did MJS here. It does the right thing there. Um, I don't have a delete. Would you like me to make another modification? Yeah, I don't have a delete tool call right now, so we could have added that, so it deleted that. Let's make an edit. So right now it has set get. Let's say, can you add some comments to the file so I understand it better? This is not code change, but it's a file change. So we can see it wrote it right in front of me. Added these comments. What kind of change can we make to it? I just want delete, clear, keys, values. Let's add, oh, it's still thinking right now. Okay, can you add the ability to store the in-memory DB as a file, JSON file locally? It should be a method. This is an example of an update on the code. You could do some nicer things like have a loading indicator or something like that. Okay, so it added some imports. Load from file, save to file. Nice. Great. Um, so there you go. This is th we have the magic going. We have the and essentially is Claude plus some really nice generic tools, which is read file, write file, list files, probably want to delete file. There's like a ton of like other things you can do in that genre. Like you could have like read part of a file, and then that will optimize the LLM to like not read the entire file all the time. So that saves on context. The other thing that's nice to have is like some sort of diff view on what it changed. Like right now, we don't exactly know what it changed. We gotta look at the file to see what it did. But those are all like nice to haves, things that you can just add on. The core of agentic coding is now in front of us, and it is minus the tool calls. It is two functions. That's it.